Okay, today I'm going to teach you 3 knots. The first one is called the Palomar Knot, then we're going to learn the Alberto Knot, and then we're going to learn the Clinch knot. Alright, here we go. Okay, to tie the Palomar Knot, most people will say to double this up and feed it through the eye. However, sometimes your line is a little bit too big, or your eyelet too small. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to push it through one way and then come back the other way. I've found that this helps a lot when you're using small eyelets or a line that's a little bit too big. Now that we've got this loop here, what we're going to do is we're going to do a normal overhand knot. Okay. I might not do that very normal. Seems completely backwards. Okay. Now before we cinch this down, what we're going to do is we're actually going to feed the entire hook through it, and then we're going to cinch it down. We're going to make sure that that loop tightens on the line itself. And that's the Palomar knot. Okay, again with monofilament. Now with this high vis monofilament, we're going to double up this line, feed it through the eyelet. Okay. Now you're going to do your normal overhand knot. And now the hook through the loop. And we're going to cinch it down. Sometimes it'll get caught like this. You want to make sure that that loop is right on the line itself. And there you have the Palomar knot. Now the Palomar knot is great for bass fishing, is because it provides 2 lines that are securing against themselves. So when you're using something like a popper or a jerk bait or a heavy jig, these kinds of things can allow you to break through from cover or to really hammer that lure if that's the action you're trying to give to it. There's the Palomar knot. Now as you learn to fish, you're going to find out very quickly you're going to want braided line. Not everybody does. You know, sometimes you can use just fluorocarbon or just monofilament, but most people are going to use a braided backing line, kind of like fly fishing backing, and a monofilament or fluorocarbon leader. That's going to give you more sensitivity and it's going to allow you to basically have more line on your reel. Now to connect these 2 lines, you need certain knots because the Palomar knot is going to end up really chunky in the middle of your reel, which is going to stop your cast. So we're going to do something called the Alberto knot. So the first thing that you have to do is you're going to loop over this first side. Okay. Now this other one, we're going to feed through. Okay. And we're going to give this 5 to 7 wraps. Normally I use about 5. So I'm going to pinch right here because we want to leave a gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pinch this 5th rung and we're going to wrap it the other way over those first wraps. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we've created this zigzag. Now what we're going to do is we're going to feed this in the same way as the other one. Now if we came up the other way, it would end up a jumbled mess normally. So I'm going to feed it through the same way as that first line, if I can get it to. And now we're going to cinch it down. So this line kind of stinks to cinch. So you want to pull on all 4 tag ends if you can. And it's going to line up like that. Let's clip off those tag ends. Now this is almost the same size as the line itself, so that's going to be very efficient on your reel. It's not going to interrupt your casting. It's very strong, and it's a really, really good knot. I love it. You can use it to attach braid to fluorocarbon or monofilament, whatever you need. Okay, let's tie it one more time just to see how to do it again. So this first side, we're gonna double up like this. Now we're gonna feed this through. Okay. Now we're gonna wrap it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're gonna hold this and we're gonna wrap it the other way. 1, 2. This can be tricky. Sometimes I like to grab like this. 3, 4, 5. Now we're gonna feed it through this same direction, out the same in hole, just like that. And with this line, I'm gonna pull down here, but normally you can just pull on these tag ends and it'll cinch right up. Those are my knuckles. Now lastly, we have the clinch knot, which is also actually called the fisherman's knot. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna feed it through. Wow, can't believe that made it. Okay, so we're gonna grab this and leave a little gap. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're gonna put it back through this hole. So we're gonna twist and tuck. Okay, now as we cinch this knot, we're just gonna pull this tag end and it's gonna cinch right down. And this is also a very strong knot. I've never had it fail on me. So a knot fails when either you've tied it poorly or it's a bad knot. If you tie a good knot well, if anything breaks, the line itself is gonna snap before this knot comes undone. And that's how you know you're using a good knot. I like this knot. It's very easy to tie. You can tie it with your eyes closed. You can tie it in the freezing cold. You know, if you're missing some fingers, this is a very easy, simple knot you can tie. Okay, let's do it one more time with the high-vis monofilament. So what I'm doing is I'm actually pinching my finger here just to leave a little gap, and we're gonna wrap it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna twist it 5 times and tuck it. Okay, and now we're gonna pull this end. Now, you'll wanna moisten this. It's gonna help it cinch down nice and clean like that, which is what we want. Okay, very, very strong knot. I use it all the time. And there you go. Now you're ready to fish. Simple as that. Make sure you leave a comment. You know, tell me what kind of knots you guys like. Tell me what kind of knots you guys want to see or learn how to tie. I can make a video about them or a short or whatever. Drop a comment, like, and subscribe, and look forward to more content.